Hey, out in the shop working on some equipment here, and I was scrolling Facebook for a real quick break, and I saw in one of the lawn care groups someone was asking, how are you guys getting $300-400 an acre on your commercial accounts? Every time I bid one, I lose the account to someone who's charging $100 per acre. Um, so here's the answer to that question, and I thought this was common knowledge. I thought it was a given, but you can't believe everything you read on the internet. And truly, you can't believe everything people tell you in person either, because people lie, okay? People lie all the time. So let me just tell you my experience, and you can take it for what it's worth. This month, February 2026, marks 10 years in business. Actually, the 16th is our 10-year anniversary, okay? And over the years, we've had many, many commercial opportunities. And now when I say commercial opportunity, I mean a corporation, a chemical plant, a carpet mill, Dollar General, a corporation that has the money, and there's no excuse, there's no reason for them not to pay the appropriate price, okay? Many, many, many of those opportunities have come across my desk. We really haven't gotten many. And the ones that we do get are extremely short-lived, because someone just comes and sweeps out from under you with the lower price, okay? And I've had it's always the same discussion, okay? Always. Our previous guy never showed up. When they did, the job wasn't done well. There was no communication. They're supposed to be doing our hedges, and the hedges haven't been done in a long time. They're supposed to be picking up all the trash, but you can see there's trash everywhere. I had a fella last year. We sat for an hour. We sat for an hour, and he told me about how horrible his last guy was and how he's had such a hard time finding. I just need someone reliable who's gonna, just make our property look good again. And the last guy, one of his mowers, they were mowing in the rain, and it slid into our fence, and they didn't have the insurance to repair it, and so we had to pay it ourselves, and now we're in litigation, and they're gonna go out of business. There's no way to even collect on this. And I told him, here's the deal. I'm a professional. I've done this. This property's simple. It's easy. We don't miss. We don't skip. We don't really mow in the rain if it's too dangerous. I'm fully insured. Have been for 10 years. You're good to go. If I can't pay cash for damages, then we're gonna go through the insurance. You're fine. Address all the issues. Everything's fine. We show proof of concept. We show proof of work. Like, it's a long process dealing with some of these guys, And I give him the price, and he tells me that we're $8,000 more, and he doesn't understand how it could be so much more. And it's like, dude, we just had the conversation. You just gave me a whole dissertation on how bad everything else is, and I'm here to fix it. I'm here to give you that better service, and it is going to cost more, but they didn't want to pay it, and they didn't pay it, okay? And that's just been my commercial experience, okay? When I bid commercial, I don't really bid it any differently than I do a residential. I don't factor in, oh, they have billions of dollars in their account, okay? It's just, sure, maybe they do, but it's like cutting a yard is the same. It's going to take the same things whether it's a residential or not, okay? So I just bid it the same, and I have much more luck getting more money out of my residential clients than I do any commercial clients. Mom and pop shops are a different story for me. They take a little bit more pride in their like genuine pride in their property, and it's not just a bottom dollar situation. Corporations, it always just feels like you're just another laborer, and they don't really value the other business. And that's not to say that there are those really good commercial contracts out there, but they're far and few between in my experience. And all these numbers online that you hear are exaggerated to extremes. I've seen people saying they're getting $600 an acre commercially. No, they're not. That's absolute BS. No one's getting that. It's just not. They're not. I want. Here's the deal. If you get that, please contact me. Please email me. I want to get on a FaceTime call, a private FaceTime call, and I want to see your QuickBooks. I want to see your invoices. I want to see a bank statement. I want to see proof of this, because everyone says it. There's not a single shred of proof of that. Okay. And all these new guys get on here and they take your lie, your exaggerated lie number, as the gospel, and they think they're going to make bank because of your lie, you know. So if you're getting $600 an acre on a commercial account, please contact me. I would love to see it, and I will sing your praises genuinely, because I have a lot to learn if that's the case. Okay, I want to see proof, and then I will bow at your altar. Okay, but here's the deal. Let's talk about in person. So on the internet, we know people lie, but in person, people are also going to lie to you. I've talked to a few people locally who manage some of these commercial accounts. Okay, and it's the same story. Oh yeah, we're getting $200 a week mowing out there, and we have to wait 90 days to get our payment, but when that check finally comes, it's fantastic, yada yada. And then that commercial contract will reach out to me, and I know because I've had a conversation with this guy, but also I know because I always ask my commercial quotes. I say, who's your current service provider? They always tell me. So I know who you are locally. I know who you're working for locally. And here's the deal. My next question is, what are they charging you? You say they're doing a less than stellar job. What are they charging you? What's your budget? Help me figure out a starting point, so I know what you charge. And I know you're not making $200 a week mowing for this company. I know you're not making $400 a week. These are numbers that people have told me locally that they're getting from commercial accounts. Okay, like, I don't understand the lie. I think the commercial account thing is a great opportunity if you're okay. It can be reliable if you can get the job done for these lower rates. It is reliable. It can be reliable money, okay? But you're not going to be getting this extravagant $400, $500, $600 a week payment for just the lawn, unless it's just a gigantic property. Okay, now the size of the property counts and all that, but like I say, I've had conversations with a good handful of guys talking about these commercial lots that they do with these extravagant rates, and then the commercial lot calls me, and 100% of the time, it was a lie. Either the contractor was lying to me, or the commercial property is lying to me about what they're actually paying. Okay, so either way, somebody's lying, and they don't want to pay that extravagant amount. So listen, all of that rambling to say, please just pay attention to your numbers. Know what you need to earn on a job. Know what it takes to do your job. Don't worry about what people are saying they're getting, because even if you can get that amount, your personal business's pricing structure and your expense structure is totally different than anyone else's. You don't know their debt. You don't know their mortgage. You don't know their employee pay rates. There's so many different factors that go into each individual company's debt structure and expense and operating and overhead that you need to know what you need, and you need to go off of that. Don't trust every little thing you see on the internet. Don't trust people face to face. Trust your numbers. Trust what you need, and really dial in, how to price things, because at the end of the day, it only matters what you need, not what other people say. Thanks.